Hello there, thanks so much for tuning in. So welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not. Sun's out and yeah, guns are out. So I'm Tim and this is my Carbon Coach. It's a channel all about allotment life, environmentalism and just generally being good to the planet. So we've got a bit of a good one today in today's show. We are going to be sorting out the end bed. So I've got a load of compost to whack in there. I've got some fruit and vegetables to get going in there. So yeah, that's basically going to be the gist of it. As you can see, I'm still inside the polytunnel with the picnic bench. I haven't had a chance to get around to sorting this out. It's been pretty manic with a couple of uni assignments, but literally 8 weeks left to go. I've got 2 months, 2nd of June, and then done and dusted. We can spend an awful lot more time up here. So really looking forward to that. It's just on the final stretch to try and get through it. So what I'll do is I'll quickly just whack a load of compost in there, got a bit of topsoil, that kind of stuff, and then I'll come back to you with the rest of the video. So that's the bed filled up as best I can. It's still a little bit too shallow, but I don't have any more compost or soil on me, so it'll have to do. And it's a bit too hot for properly turning over the soil, but it is what it is. So that's hopefully going to be the last time that I'm sort of really doing any digging on these beds. What I'm going to try and do is just let them live now and sort of mulch over the top, sort of no diggish type stuff from now on, and yeah, just kind of top them up each year. Hopefully that'll be the kind of thing that we're doing. So I've got lots and lots of lovely things here to stick in the ground. So I've got some El Santa strawberries, so they'll be going in. I've got some lovely green asparagus, and we've got the one rhubarb as well. So hopefully I haven't left those too late. They have been in the shed for a little while, but fingers crossed everything will be all right. And I don't really know how to do each of them, but thankfully each of them comes with handy instructions on the back of the packet, so I'll be following that. I know asparagus, you kind of meant to spread them out like fingers, something along those lines. So we'll be getting those in there in a second. What I need to do first though is get some markers ready for them. So I use wooden spoons and I paint them. So I've got my handy tin of cornflower blue out of the shed from last year from doing all of the stripy edges. More of that to come soon. So I'm just going to quickly get these painted up so that I know exactly what I put where over there, because it's quite a big bed for a small amount of things, but gradually they're going to multiply, hopefully, either by me putting in more of them over the years or they do it themselves, either or. So yeah, quite a large bed for a small amount of things, but that's all going to work out. If you haven't already, whilst I just get these painted up, if you wanted to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you feel like it, why not leave a comment? I've had some absolutely wonderful comments recently. I've always had wonderful comments, but just recently there's been a few comments where people have actually said that I've inspired them, which I kind of guess was the whole point of doing this, but also I never thought that I would, because I'm a complete novice and I haven't really had the time to properly study what I'm doing. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants and making it up as I go along, but I guess that might be what everyone does. Who knows? So I'm unsure as to when the battery on my camera just died. That's slightly annoying. So just a quick recap. Rhubarb's gone in over there. Strawberries, there's 3 going in a row there, and I'm just about to put 3 in a row here. And as I was just saying, it doesn't make it very clear as to how to bury them. Hello everyone, so this is Editing Tim from the future, and the audio just got so bad. Basically something happened where the battery died on my camera and the microphone decided that it was also going to stop working. So it was actually just using the audio from the camera, which as you can see is like a fair few feet away from me and I'm not really facing it. So the whole point was that I was meant to have a roaming microphone and I could go around and do all of this kind of gardening stuff, and it would be really cool because I wouldn't have to keep moving the camera closer to me and could sort of chat as I worked. So anyway, what I've done basically so far is at the far end you can see a little spoon kind of where the handle of the spade just covered, and I put in my rhubarb there, and yeah, so there's a tiny little stalk of a rhubarb poking out. I wasn't sure whether or not it needed to be all the way in or not. Then what I did in the middle of the bed is planted my strawberries, and each pack of them from Wilko's came with three strawberry plants in them, so I was able to spread those out fairly well. Got basically 2 rows of 3 and put those in. I had a little bit of a struggle with what needed to be above the surface and what needed to be below the surface, but I got that sorted out in the end. And then now we're up to speed, and I'm in the process of sorting out the asparagus, or asparagi if that's the plural of it, and these have a bit of a weird planting sort of scheme. So it said to put them 6 inches underground and spread out the root system, kind of like you are spreading your fingers, and I believe that I walk up to the camera in a little bit and show you that. So it says to bury them 6 inches below. Ah, here we go. So yeah, I'm just showing, and they come with an elastic band around them as well. So I very nearly buried an elastic band, and I thought that I'd only got one. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. There's me chatting about spreading them out and stuff. And whack them in the ground, like I say, 6 inches deep, and then it says to only cover them with 2 inches-ish of soil, and then as they start to grow, then you kind of mound soil on top of them until they reach the surface level or something, I presume, and yeah, job done. So that is 4 asparaguses going into that end of the bed. And I don't know if they spread like strawberries or not, so I don't know whether I'll get more than 4 plants. But yeah, that all job done. And there's me just having a bit of a chat to the camera about something or other, and just going to tidy everything up with all of the packaging that I'd left lying around. And I just put the marker into the ground where I'm going to dig out the fennel from where it is over by the herb beds, and it's going to go into its new home there. And there we go, as if by editing magic, I've dug out the fennel and it's going to go into its possibly forever home there. It's looking quite good. So I've edited it again, so I've already buried it. And then everything needs a really good water. This week is super sunny and it's going to be really, really hot. So to get everything bedded in, and obviously that was a load of brand new compost and soil that went into it. So that's not going to have any real moisture in it, so it's a really good idea, I felt, to give everything a solid water, even though it feels weird when we've had so much rain. But fresh soil, new plants. Awesome. Well, I'm calling that a successful session. Yeah, it feels really good to get everything in the bed. So yeah, we're on with the progress for this year, which is fabulous. I can't believe it. Before I sign off, just got a few bits and bobs. Any other business kind of at the end of a meeting. So number 1, Eco Book Club. So we're, blimey, where has March gone? So we're coming up to the end of the month, and that means that there's some new books. So last month in March was all about foraging. Next month is a little bit of mental health, so we've got a couple of book choices to do with that. If you want to join in with the Eco Book Club, there's a link below. I mentioned in last week's video that I'd made some litter picking bags to try and raise money for litter grabbers, awareness, that kind of thing. They're now live, so again, there's a link down in the description to my shop where you can pick up a tote bag for Tidying Up Taunton. Finally, I just want to say thank you to my wonderful patrons who help support the channel and myself doing what I'm doing. And if you wanted to find out more about becoming a patron of the channel, then there's links down below, and you're more than welcome to join in like these wonderful people have, and couldn't be more grateful. So I'll be back soon with another video all about allotment life. In the meantime, there's a round circle here if you wanted to click on that, and that will allow you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or YouTube is going to suggest a video for you to watch next over here if you haven't seen it already. Stay safe everyone whilst lockdown eases, don't go too crazy, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, look after your plot, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.